Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. Today on CookieCast, it's James Plays. JK came and talked about the games, sort of the best games of 2018, some of the worst games of 2018, and then we both had a list each of the upcoming games in 2019. Talked about some of the stuff that we're really looking forward to. I talked about stuff that I expect to be disappointed by, probably because I'm looking forward to it. We really got into the game world, stripped it down and built it back up. This is what I think we're calling this James Plays 1A. This is CookieCast James Plays.
Which camera am I looking at?
You might have to just work on the principle of looking straight ahead, because at this point, eventually we'll have like a 360 and we'll do it like people will be able to watch it in like
a YouTube
3D
video.
And
like a YouTube music video.
Yeah.
So if I move to Luxembourg, I'll have to send you my own.
Phone in.
Right, okay. Because I figured I should still do the podcast, but from there, then you got international presence.
Yeah. The boy Benji does this from.
He's going to Madrid next week.
Dan South.
He's going to Madrid next week.
I'm going to go off something. Okay.
He did say he's not actually going to see Madrid. He's going to Madrid to watch a PowerPoint presentation. Then he has to come back.
I can live with that.
I think he's disappointed, to be honest.
Screw you, hippie. What is this? So, I was thinking earlier, I was like, you should... I think we talked about this originally, that your podcast should have its own theme tune. And I was like, do a homage to Wayne's World.
That's a good idea.
James Plays, James Plays.
This man blows goods.
So, it's podcast time. Let's do this.
Yay.
Don't give it anything anymore.
You don't do it anymore?
Don't do it anymore.
Wow.
Although
I've been away that long.
Paul stole one the other day. I was like, don't do that anymore. This is episode 2.
Well, it's technically episode 1 because the first episode was like a test, wasn't it?
It'll still go down as episode 2.
Okay.
It'll still be listed.
Can it not be episode 1A?
If you like.
Yeah.
It's your thing.
Yeah.
Your thing.
I like that.
Of James Plays.
Woo!
In conjunction with
CookieCast.
CookieCast. I just remembered something that I completely forgot to do today. Not important. Although it is important to the podcast, but not this podcast. Just the overall podcast. I need to promote something through the podcast.
Ooh. You getting paid for it?
No, I'm hoping to get a free ticket out of it.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. Right.
Recently we've been talking about all sorts of stuff, like moving into like trying to get a sponsor, trying to get like doing like a promotional thing. Also, I'm aware of a couple of other podcasts, so I'm going to try and get a thing where I go on theirs, or like a few of us go on theirs, and then get them to come on ours and stuff, and do like a collaboration. So, New Year, new podcast.
Yeah.
is the slogan at the moment.
It is what we like.
We've started out strong, real strong.
10th of January?
10th of January, I think.
Yeah.
I might have nearly 10 podcasts.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe 7
It's like one a day.
that need
Almost.
need coding.
If you've got 7. If you've got 10, that's one a day. Great maths there.
Math isn't our strong suit.
We don't do a math podcast.
No.
I'm glad about that.
Because if we did,
It would be rubbish.
we'd be bankrupt.
We'd get all the maths wrong. I definitely would.
So new year, new podcasts, new podcast seasons. New year means new season of games, doesn't it?
New season. Actually, what I thought we should do, just very quickly, is just review our exciting moments of last year, the highs and lows of last year, just very briefly. Because it kind of ties in with an upcoming game of this year, only because I just want to blow off some steam.
So, You won Game of the Year and Worst Game of the Year
Yeah,
of 2018.
yeah. Personally, not obviously based on the statistics. Personal choice, because we already know. But those you don't know, get on the internet and you can see who's already run Game of the Year, and it's pretty good, to be honest. It is.
Unfortunately, I have a lot more for one column than I do for another.
Yeah, well, that's why you kind of
I'd be
just
spoilt for choice.
take your top three, top and top three worst.
Go then. What was your Game of the Year?
Right, Game of the Year. What was my Game of the Year that I played last year that I really enjoyed Vampire.
Who was you saying about that?
Yeah, I played that a lot. I enjoyed both sides of it, and it was like a last minute game as well. I was like, oh, this looks cool. Yeah, and it was fun. I liked the good option. I liked doing it as a bad option, and I did it in the order where I was good first, so it was super hard, and then I did bad, and it was super cool. So that's my top one there, because it stands out.
I also played Vampire. It wasn't a top game for me because of its difficulty. I think we talked about it briefly on another podcast.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about it a bit on another podcast.
Yeah.
I followed that game from start to finish, and it just didn't quite deliver for me because I'm immediately put off by a higher difficulty.
I think that's why I liked it.
And it was a game that I felt that I could stick with and I could keep going back to and I could keep trying to do the bits that I was struggling with. But it immediately gives me less interest. So I was a little bit like, I'll go back to this later. And then as my game collection goes, later never comes.
No, I guess not.
So that was your number one?
Yeah, it was really good because it was unexpected. Like, I was like you, I'd been following it, but I wasn't overly sure if it was going to be that good. And then I saw like a little trailer for it, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a bash. And I really enjoyed it, and I played the fuck out of it for like 2 weeks. So yeah, it was good. I mean, it didn't take me very long to complete, but I liked it. And there was no DLC or anything like that, so it was just you bought it, you played it, and it was done. It was nice. Made a change.
I don't know.
It was a bit nostalgic in that sense. There was no, I don't think there was any DLC or anything to add to it, which is kind of nice. It was like a one-off.
I'm stuck with Game of the Year for me.
What about God of War? I didn't play it, but you did.
I played it and then I played it again recently. It's a great game. You know, I have a lot to say about it as a game. It's a great game. It's not the game everybody tells you it is. I'm a huge fan of the series. I don't feel it beats God of War 3.
Okay.
God of War 3 is just scaled to the max.
Yeah.
It's a slower burn than God of War 3. God of War 3 is like go. From the minute the thing opens, you are like the menu screen, when you press play, all it does is zoom out.
Cool.
And you're in it. And you are well and truly in it. It's scaled like I've never seen before. This is more of a slower burn, which works fine. There are just, for every good point to it, there are detractors. So unfortunately, but in all honesty, it could be my game of the year because see, I've got a couple of issues. I'm playing a game that I got last year, but I'm playing it now.
Yeah, but I'm see that leads me on to my second game, which it doesn't have to be a game that necessarily came out last year because they were pretty poor. But ideally,
Last year was a terrible.
If we can, that would be cool. But if you can't think of any, that just shows how poor
the other problem is
last year's turnout was.
I haven't finished the game I'm playing now. I've only played 2 levels.
Right.
But what I've played, I really enjoyed. And again, it's a franchise that I love. I always do this. I'm like, oh, it's this and this and this, but I never say what it is. I'm playing Hitman 2. Hitman 2 is a weird game because it goes, you should do the training. It's like, okay, from the first game. Okay, I'll do that if you like. It's like, yeah. Have you played the first game? It's like, yeah. You should play it. I have. Yeah. Play the... Like, it's got... Like, if you put Hitman 2 on, it's got training, Hitman 1, Hitman 2, and then another thing as the list.
That's weird.
And I could do a whole podcast on this current series of Hitman games. But what I can say at this point in time, it's the game I'm playing at the moment. I've done the first 2 proper missions, and they've been really good. And they've definitely learned a couple of things from Hitman 1 by going... like I said to you this morning, one of the really nice things was I did the second mission last night, and it was like, this is your first time playing this mission. Would you like a little bit of help? We'll just give you some hints and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I would.
So you like that though, don't you? Whereas I like to try and figure it out. It's a cool idea because it gets players into it.
I imagine it won't. But
I do like to just try and figure it out.
I don't think it'll do it on the next level. I think it's probably just that one.
But it is a cool. It's a cool idea though, because
but obviously
sometimes you do spend some time just wandering about. True.
You could just say no. The big games. Well, what's your number 2 game?
Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man. Here's the thing. I can say here's the big games: God of War, Spider-Man. Yep. You know, they stand out because they stand out in a field of nothing. You know.
See, emptiness. A game I played a lot last year that isn't a last year game. At least I don't think it is. It might have come out last year on the Xbox. Darkest Dungeon. I've played that a lot this year. Little tiny indie game. It's just released a new DLC actually. The Mouth of Madness, which is exactly what it says on the tin. And it's such a cool game. It's so difficult, but in a good way. Like, it's such a simple game. Bunch of characters, go into a dungeon, defeat the monsters, come out, get gold, upgrade your characters, like upgrade your town, rinse and repeat. Simple, but it's a really well put together game. The graphics are cool, it's like a comic book. The difficulty is extremely difficult. It's very hard. But it's fun. If you get the right combination, the game is a lot easier. Like, I'm at a point now where I know what kind of characters work for me, so I can go into a dungeon and get plenty of gold. But you can kind of name your characters and stuff, so you're invested in those characters. When they die, it's like, no, this character's level 6 and dead. Like, it's quite traumatic. But the thing I liked about it was it's got like a stress indicator in the game. So as you go through the dungeon...
Does it indicate your stress?
It seems to, because like as the torch goes out, like your guy's stress goes up, so you have to keep the torch lit. And then when you fight something, if it's a particularly hideous monster, their stress goes up. And then when it gets to a certain point, they stress out, which can have either a positive or a negative effect. Sometimes they stress out and they're just like, I don't give a shit, I'm going to kill everything. So they get loads of bonuses and their stress goes right back down. But if it goes up again... your characters can just die in the dungeon of a heart attack. So you're like, what do I do? Do I leave the dungeon? Because you can leave at any point. So do I leave and save that guy? Or shall I sacrifice his lazy ass to get to the end? Like, yeah, really, you're constantly weighing up things. And they added a DLC called the Crimson Court, which basically, as you fight certain monsters, you can occasionally, I say always, get attacked by these like vampiric things that give you bloodlust. So, but you need to keep drinking these vials of blood to keep your characters alive. So you've got to keep going into these shitty dungeons to get the blood, which is like a catch-22 because it's a super hard dungeon. But you need to go in there if you want your guys to survive. Because while they're in the village just chilling out, they can just die if there's not enough blood vials in the village.
I'm already I'm proper stressed. It's giving me heart palpitations. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my.
I don't think it was a lot. I mean, I played it on Apple before that, like a couple of years ago, but it recently came to the Xbox. It might have been last year.
Admittedly, I have got...
It's super cheap and it's super good.
I have got it in my Amazon basket. You recommended it 6-8 months ago,
yeah,
and I was
such a cool game.
That sounds kind of cool. And the moment you went, oh, it's really hard, I went, oh, okay. So immediately,
yeah, it's not. I mean, you can. There is a difficulty setting on it, but I've got it on like the normal setting, and there is an achievement in there to complete it on the hardest setting, and I don't know if that's even possible.
Is there anything below normal?
There is like an easier way. Oh. I just don't think. I think if you turned it down, you wouldn't benefit the whole stressful situations because you could just fly in and kill everyone.
Oh yeah, sounds perfect. Now I'm back in the room.
Like you obviously your village like goes on for certain days. So I'm at like day 360 or something, trying to complete the get to the main mansion and kill the big beast. So there's an achievement in there to do it in like 90 days or something. I just don't know how that's possible. I don't know how you can level up enough, go to defeat the monster that I've never seen, which I know is super double hard. I'm just like, is this doable? Can I do this? Which intrigues me. So that's they're my top 3.
It's like those speed runs you say. I've seen something the other day. Somebody had done a speed run of Prey in 7 minutes or something. Like, what?
Yeah.
What, from start to finish? It's like these people that have played the game that much that they just know if you go and do this, do that.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, fair enough. That's one thing because that's like muscle memory and practice and stuff. But yeah.
So they're my top 3 anyway of last year. Even though I'm not sure that one of them is last year's games.
What would be on the other side of the fence?
Far Cry.
Beat me to it.
Fucking Far Cry.
Oh my god, number 1 game.
The only reason I wanted to do this top 3 thing is so I could say fucking Far Cry. Wow. What a disappointment. The worst DLC I've ever had in my entire life.
I almost don't want to go into it because it's like that's the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to rant about it forever. I just want to say, the reason I say is because the upcoming game is
that because that's what pisses me off the
Far
most
Cry,
about it.
What is it even called?
New Dawn.
Far Cry New Dawn.
That's what pisses me off the most. How fucking dare you?
It was a terrible game.
Insult me to my face.
I mean, there are hundreds of things we can say about it. What was annoying about Far Cry was that it looked like it was going to be awesome. It had a nice map. It had some beautiful locations, tons of cars, loads of cool stuff that did fuck all. And it was so easy to complete.
I can't even go into it because I'll be here all day.
That's all I'm saying on it. So there you go.
Go back 2 games from there. This is Far Cry 5. Far Cry 4, me and Far Cry 4 didn't get on very well.
Yeah, Far Cry 3.
And a reason for this is because on my list of top 10 all-time ever games is Far Cry 3.
Yeah, which
Far Cry 3
incidentally, Far Cry 5 came with Far Cry 3. It's almost as if you're saying, Far Cry 5 is so bad, we're going to give you Far Cry 3 for free.
It's a nice open wound you've got this. Let's get some salt in there.
Here you go. You can go back and play this game that's been redone in 4K.
I bought it again because I'm like, I want to play that game again. And I think I bought it and played it again, having played it on the PS3
right
2 weeks before that. I was like, this fucking game's awesome.
I'm just so disappointed. And the DLC don't even get me started. The Mars one was okay. But the Vietnam one had loads of potential and was just super short. The Mars one was that was quite fun. It was kind of like Doom. And it was quite funny as well. There was some funny lines in there. And the last one, the zombie one, oh my god. I didn't even, it was so bad, I didn't even complete it. I'm an achievement hound and I did 3 missions and was like, this is boring. It's boring.
So
terrible. Ubisoft, get a grip. Okay? You need to get a grip. Never ever do that again.
I tagged you in the New Dawn announcement, and I think my tag for it was you, and then I just put fuck off Ubisoft.
But see,
because I'm like, you can.
But then on the flip side of the coin, you've got like Ghost Recon, which we rant about every time we do.
I nearly said at the start, you've got to get through this podcast start to finish without saying Ghost Recon.
It's not possible. Ghost Recon, what a fucking great game.
Hands down one of the best games of the last
Such a good game.
In case anybody missed it. In case that's our opinion.
Assassin's Creed Origins. Good game. Nice.
So...
That's going to be in your games, isn't it?
So...
I know what's coming.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah.
Could be my game of 2018.
There you go. See, Ubisoft?
So, we have to address this. With one hand
you give, and with the other hand...
We have to address
this.
You
just cut it off.
The last time you and I gathered here for this very reason, I gave
the first podcast for this
a poor-ish review for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I was too hasty. I hadn't played it enough, and you have to look around at what you've got to be working with. I have made no secret to my love of Red Dead Redemption 2, and when I say love, read into that, it's one of the worst games.
This is wrong.
And there's a lot right with that game, but there's so much
He's going to
wrong
complain
with it.
about fast travel.
There's so much wrong with that game that you get to a point where it's like that game was painful for me, because at the point it should have ended 30 hours later and a week later I was still playing that game going, just fucking end. There's so much wrong with that game, and that's the problem with it, because it could have been so much
Surely
better.
though, that's not going to be in your top 3 worst games.
Oh hell no! I got oodles of stuff to talk about. Something I did want to bring up again. It's one of those, and this could be the theme of 2018. Forza
Yeah, that was good.
Horizon 4, is it?
Oh yeah.
So
That was
here's
good. I forgot
I
about
enjoyed that game. I really did. But again, I didn't think it was as good as 3, because I loved 3. I really, really enjoyed 3.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the aspect of the whole seasons thing.
And that's the thing I don't like about it,
Yes,
because
I really like that. I thought it was cool.
racing in snow in a racing game is my least favourite thing, because snow's just it's just
Yeah, I quite like it.
the
It's
end
kind of cool.
of cars. Like I was saying something the other day, like I'll buy a dirt game, Dirt 2.0 on the list. Looking forward to it,
That's
but I know
nice.
that eventually it's going to send me off to Switzerland or something, and it's just going to be 4 races in the snow, and I'll hate every minute of it. Whereas I could be driving around like Dirt 4 or whatever it is, like when you're driving around like the Dales and stuff, and things like that. I love all that, like proper dirt racing and dirt rally sort of style. But snow is an instant turn off in a racing game for me. But I did enjoy it. I loved the Horizon series. I loved that series games. They are really good.
Yeah, Horizon was good.
But for me, it's on my list of games. Odyssey's probably my game of the year.
Cool.
In hindsight, the one thing I will say is if you and I don't want to keep harping on about it, but if you put Odyssey next to Red Dead, the imagination difference. Odyssey is in the category of 100-hour game, as is Red Dead. I got to the back end of that game, and towards the back end, I think I must have hit 80 hours on that game. Towards the back end, I was a bit like, can you end now? Can you finish? I just want the game to be over. But the thing that struck me as I can't believe that this is still going. 80 hours into that game, and I'd pick up a mission and be like, go and do this, and I'd be like, well, that's different to the last mission, and different to the one before it. And it was enough to keep me going and keep me going.
I thought of a game that we missed off. Strange Brigade. That was a fun little game.
I was thinking about that today.
It's a fun little game.
Somebody had mentioned it to me, and I was like, I've got to go back to that game, because it was really good. I really enjoyed like playing, like when we played and stuff, like running around.
It's fun.
I was like, I get lost in, Red Dead Redemption, where it's like, any game that makes you think, I could probably go to work instead. It's probably not the right thing. So, that's my list of, that's probably up there with my list of, they were good games, but I felt quite disappointed in the games market in 2018. As far as utter disappointments are concerned,
Far Cry.
Got to be number 1.
That's my top
Worst
game.
game of 2018.
I can't think. I'm trying to think of other things I played that were. I don't even know if I have a top 3 worst games, because that is all 3. Far Cry 5 and then the DLCs.
Yeah.
I don't, because most other games were playable and pretty good. They weren't amazing, but they were all right.
Unfortunately for me, I got 2 games for Christmas, and both of them go down my list straight away.
Which?
Darksiders 3, because they decided to scrap the way that they'd done 1 and 2 and go with a Dark Souls theme. Does not work. Because that's not what the first 2 were. I even thought about it the other day. I was like, I really fancy playing the, because I've got the first one on like a remaster. I was like, I might play the second one. So Darksiders 3 goes down on my list of worst games of 2018, and Just Cause 4.
You said about that. Yeah. You said about Just Cause.
There is no excuse for releasing a game like that. The graphics are bad. If you've got a game that's got vehicles in and your vehicles don't drive properly, they don't fly properly, you can't control them. Bear in mind that Just Cause 4 is the best incarnation of the Just Cause vehicles, but they're probably worse than the cars in Grand Theft Auto 3. You're probably doing it wrong. And then Just Cause 4 did exactly the same as Just Cause 3. It went, we're going to let you get to the end of the game, and then we're going to make that bit of the game impossible. And it's like, oh, thanks for that. That's that. So not only have you wasted my time, you've wasted my time with something that doesn't look good and doesn't play good. Cheers. So yeah, Far Cry 5, Just Cause 4, Darksiders 3.
I thought of a game that's medium. It's neither brilliant or terrible. It started off terrible but ended up good. State of Decay 2. That was bug-filled in the first week. Then they fixed the shit out of it. Yeah. And now it's a good game.
Yeah, it was
It goes on the medium list. Just because the start of it was terrible, but I've played it so many hours that I can hardly turn around.
What would you class it as a high-budget indie game?
It's Microsoft, isn't it? I mean, it's hard. Well, it is.
But it's
done by Undead Labs.
Yeah, and so they're like a little studio.
I think they did a good job of recovering it.
They did,
because now they've added some free updates, which have been fun. The game is kind of got longevity, I suppose. It depends how much you like killing zombies, which I like quite a lot. But it was terrible at the beginning, and it's turned out to be a pretty good game. But it was, oh my god, if anyone got it in the release date, it was...
Like we did.
It was so bug-filled. Doors that wouldn't open on cars, like players that couldn't find each other, guns that were missing, weapons that didn't work, plague hearts that wouldn't die, zombies that were endless.
Yeah. I'll just have to restart the game because every...
Oh yeah, just got to restart the game because it's just crashed for no reason.
Mine's restarted it for me, so...
Yeah. It was terrible. But then they did an update that was actually bigger than the original game.
Update, and that fixed 9%.
I think the game was 28 gig, and the first update was 29, and that seemed to do it.
Yep.
And ever since then, they've just been kind of fixing loads of stuff. Interestingly, they've made hordes bigger. Zombie hordes are now actual zombie hordes, which is pretty cool. That's fun.
Yeah, because there was only like 5 or 6.
4 zombies to a horde. Now there's about 15.
Not a horde, is it?
So that's kind of cool. Makes it harder. But you've still got the stupid, like, stamina thing that you hate. Although they have added some, like, medication you can take. Like, there's a zombie medication you can take, which gives you, like, unlimited stamina.
Alright.
For like, 5 minutes. But at the cost of giving you more blood plague. So it's kind of cool because it's produced by zombies, so you get the unlimited stamina. So ideally you can kill loads of stuff, but you need to make sure you've got your blood plague cure, otherwise you'll eventually die.
That's fair.
But I like that trade-off.
Okay. Alright then.
So that's 2018 out of the way.
So that's 2018.
Good
listed.
So 2019.
So
I got a list. I've
got my Amazon basket because I went on and looked at a list the other day. I wonder if I still.
This list is not from Game, by the way. Wait.
Yeah,
it is Game exclusive.
Size guide for shoes.
Maybe Game one.
Oh, here we go. New releases.
Maybe Game can sponsor you.
Maybe. So. I did a googly moogly.
Yeah.
And I think my Google search was games coming out in 2019.
Yeah, this takes us up to June the 21st. And there's quite a few games in here.
Didn't see that.
What?
It's not on your list either.
What is it?
Onimusha.
I don't even know what that is.
Gonna have to look that up.
Answers on a postcard, please, kids.
Onimusha was it's like a samurai game. Kind of feels a little bit like Resident Evil.
Did it have a black cover with like yellowy white writing?
Possibly. Right. Start with your list.
Okay, so this starts on the 11th of January, which will be tomorrow. So coming out on the PlayStation, the Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch is a game called Tales of Vesperia, the definitive edition. Sounds Japanese.
Does.
I don't know what it is. I probably should have researched it, to be honest. I mean, this is supposed to be a game podcast, and I'm just reading you a list, and I don't know what this game is. I do apologise. But that's the competition. See, there's a competition that you have to guess what it is without Googling it, and you have to answer on the YouTube thing. There you go.
Great Googling Moogly. So, that...
Don't give it away. Don't tell the viewers.
No, I'm looking at
Just set
Onimusha.
up a competition. And you'll win... you can win this list. I'll keep it and we'll send it to whoever wins it.
Which on my list says it's available on all consoles, but on Amazon,
What day is it?
A, it says it's out, and
Oh.
B, it says it's only available on the Switch. So
Okay.
something's gone awry there somewhere.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition.
I've just told the viewers that they can win this.
Mm.
If they
Signed, obviously.
Yeah, we'll obviously sign it.
Yep.
If they can tell you what it is without Googling it.
That's a good one.
Obviously, we've got no way of proving that, but we'll just have to...
Just looking at one here that you might have something to say about.
Well, before we get to that, 18th of January is Ace Combat 7.
So,
I had a little look at that. Where did I go? Eurogamer last year.
yeah.
And I had a little play. Fun. I haven't played like a combat flight sim since probably the Amiga.
See, I love the Ace Combat series. Although I will say this, something that I looked at. So this is Ace Combat 7. I'm not sure if I got the last one or the one before it, and there was a mission in it that I just couldn't do. But it was almost like the game was broken because I couldn't work. I played it multiple times, that mission, over and over and over and over again, and I could never work out what it was that was stopping me from doing it. You just get so far through it and you just died, and it was like, and that put me off. So I maybe didn't get the last one. But then when I looked at this, when you buy Ace Combat 7, you get a digital copy of one of the Ace Combats. So I'm not sure if it's the last one or the one before or whatever.
Okay.
In fact, I can tell you because, like I say, I've got a basket full of games. So, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown includes a digital copy of, apparently it's a mystery, Ace Combat Squadron Leader.
Okay. So is that, are we assuming that's Ace Combat 6?
So, Ace Combat Squadron Leader. You see that listed that there?
Ooh.
Oh wow, PlayStation 2 era.
Wow. So it's Ace Combat 5 then? That says. 6 out of 10. 84%. 2004.
So it was a while ago. Seems a weird choice.
Is there an Ace Combat 6?
Yeah, there was one on the list.
Right.
Ace Combat 6.
No. I don't think there is. Oh wait.
Fires of Liberty.
Oh wait.
That
Fires of
rings a
Liberation. Oh yeah, there it is, right. So 2007.
Yeah, that rings
8
a
out of
bell.
10. It's done about the same.
So you'd mentioned about Ace Combat when you went to Eurogamer. I was like, ooh, super excited about that because I love an Ace. Generally, love an Ace Combat game. So I'm super excited, and it's a game that comes out. Where are we now?
Yeah, next week.
So a week tomorrow. On Friday.
Yeah. Well, it played nice in Eurogamer. It was cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, I played it for like half hour. I thought it was pretty cool. Interestingly, they had loads of screens, but there weren't that many people playing it, which I thought was weird. Because they were big HD screens, and it was kind of cool.
Sam say something about that? I agreed with. It was like, You don't really get a combat fight simulator.
That's what I mean.
Days.
That's what I said. I think the last combat fight sim I
like,
played was probably on an Amiga or something.
No, you don't. But I love them. So I'm really glad that they're doing it.
Okay, so this brings us on to 25th of January. This is a game I'm looking forward to. Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2, the remake.
I'm excited about this.
Everything I've seen so far makes me go, probably going to get that.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation was great.
And it's a ground up remake.
Yeah, so they've well, obviously you can move around properly. They've done the graphics, and I was watching, I think it was 15 minutes of gameplay last week. It's cool, man. It looks cool. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, if it's like the first one, then it'll be good because it'll be nostalgic. It'll be cool, and for those people that haven't played it ever, then it'll be really good because it's modern and looks flashy. I think it'll be cool. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And what I like is, it's on Xbox as well.
It is.
Which is cool.
Which is nice.
So we've got both. Which takes us to the 29th of January, which is Kingdom Hearts.
So,
Played that Eurogame as well.
I think I might have played the first one. And obviously it's big in the Disney. I know it's a huge game. It's a huge franchise, massive franchise. But I think it must be bigger with kids. Actually,
well, they were plugging the shit out of it at Eurogamer. They had a massive section, and it did look very child friendly. It was a bit like a Lego game, like fun to play because there's loads of little crossovers.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're going to get much difficulty out of it. I think it's a game where you can just go, I just want to fuck around and play. And I think it'll be successful. I would have thought. I can't see how it wouldn't be. So, that takes us to Overkill's Walking Dead, of which I've just cancelled my pre-order because it's come out on the PC already since November, and it looks abysmal.
So we were
ignoring the reviews because I've taken a new stance on I'd rather just play it and tell you what I think about it rather than, although we're reviewing it, it's my personal opinion obviously. Reviews tend to be a little bit, they're not always right, are they, to be honest, as you've found with things like Red Dead. But Overkill, The Walking Dead, if anyone's seen the website for it, awesome. Those little stories with those 4 characters, it looks great. Initial screenshots and little videos, it looked cool. It was like a Left 4 Dead thing. Looked good. The problem is that it is literally Left 4 Dead 2 and nothing else. They don't seem to have improved on it. There are a lot of bugs on the PC version, which possibly you won't have on the Xbox version, but the special edition was 67 quid. And I'm like, Left 4 Dead 2 at the moment is about a £5. And I know that the people that have made Walking Dead Overkill are the same people that did Left 4 Dead 2, so you would expect there to be some elements. But it just, when I saw what was going on the PC, I was just disappointed. I was like, this is not what I expected. I thought there'd be more narrative play, and that's what they were kind of gearing it up to, but it looks like the same thing. You run in, you kill tons of zombies. It's great if you're a co-op team. If you're not, it's kind of meh. So I'm going to give it a miss. I might play it if it crops up on Game Pass or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not paying 67 quid for it, even 50 quid. I'm not going to do that. No. So that's... I mean, obviously, feel free to play it and let us know.
Knock yourselves out.
We could be terribly wrong. So that goes to... Well, oh yeah, your famous date, 15th of February, when pretty much everything comes out.
Yeah. So, I saw a thing a couple of weeks ago that said everybody in the games world should look out for the 15th of February 2019 because it's going to be a world record breaking day. Because there was supposed to be, and at that point in time, the person who'd written this article said there was 6 games being released that were like your sort of your big, your AAA sort of thing. And there was a load of indie stuff that was being released, which meant that there was 10 games being released on that day, which is the highest number of games ever released on one single day at one point in time.
Yeah.
Then I went down the page, and all the comments were, "Oh, that's great, but you've forgotten this, this, and this." Like other people, but doesn't this come out and all this? We were talking about the fact that originally there was this list of games, and Anthem was due to come out.
Yeah, which has now been pushed back.
But it looks like they've done what is probably quite a sensible thing and pushed it back by a week.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
So I don't know if that changes whether it's still a record-breaking day, but
still a lot of stuff on here. I mean, what have you got? I've got Crackdown 3.
Is what I've got here.
Dead or Alive 6.
No, but I saw that on another list. Metro Exodus.
Far Cry.
Far Cry New Dawn.
That's pretty much all I've got.
I've got Jump Force.
Okay.
Here. And then there's supposed to be a load of indie stuff as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of indie games coming out.
Whatever. So that's 15th of February. Certainly a day to look out for. Of that, there's certainly 2 of those 4.
Crackdown's going to be on Game Pass, so anyone who's got an Xbox, that's a Microsoft exclusive. So I would get it on Game Pass because it will cost you between £1 and £6.
Yep.
Far Cry, well, I think we've established that that's going to be a no-go for me. Dead or Alive 6, it's a fighting game, isn't it?
Yep.
So if it's, I bought Soul Calibur last year because just for the nostalgic feeling, and to be honest, if it's like Dead or Alive, Soul Calibur, it'll be cool. If you like fighting games, get it.
Yep.
Which takes us to Metro. That's a yes.
That's a definite of that.
That I played that at Eurogamer as well. That was really good.
The Metro games.
Yeah. Metros are a good. Yeah, it's a good series, and Exodus looks very, very good. That's going to be fun. They're dark. They're broody. They're FPS. They're cool. There's a good storyline. Yeah.
I haven't played a first-person shooter in a while. I replayed Doom a little while ago because I think I got it for like a tenner on the Xbox.
There's a new Doom out this year as well. Towards the end of the year.
And I was like, but I haven't played like a first-person shooter for a while.
Well, on Game Pass, it had Wolfenstein: The New Colossus.
Mm.
So I played that. It took me like 3 days. It was really easy. It was fun, but I was like, didn't really do much for me. I was a bit disappointed. Which gives us to the next week then, which is Anthem on the 22nd, which you've been harping on about for months. I made no secret about the fact that I'm
super excited for this game, which means I'm going to be super disappointed when it comes out because that's just the way things go. But I think I can say now I played the alpha of Anthem. They did in hindsight. I think they did it the right way, but I was a bit peeved at the time because they went, here's like 2 levels. Those 2 levels were fun, and then they went, now you can just go in free roam. I had this for like 2 days. It's like, well, I've done the 2 levels in like 20 minutes. Now you're going to free roam. Free roam was really hard on the first day I played it. The second day I played it, there was nothing, so I'm just like flying around, and I really like the transition between like land, air, and water and stuff. Going under the water is cool. I love jumping around as if you're Iron Man, and I've seen a video recently where some of the suits look amazing.
Yeah, Anthem's good. I think it'll be good. It looks very cool.
The thing that really sold it for me was their announcement that it wasn't going to be a multiplayer game. It wasn't going to. You can play with your mates and stuff, but it's not going to be like every other game out there. And I was like,
but it is on the PC as well, so I think the multiplayer thing is going to be quite big, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd just be surprised if it isn't. Usually things that are on the PC tend to be, at the moment, they're quite multiplayer based. But I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to
I'm happy to see what this game does, what it is, what it plays like. Surprised that there's been no announcement of a beta, but I think they do the beta
They might do it, sometimes a week before, because Fallout was a week before. Another epic fail of last year. Fallout was.
I'm not sure we can talk about that.
No, we won't. We were done last year. So, week after that, or a couple of days after that, Dirt Rally 2.0.
I've got a game here, Anno 1800. Don't know, it's a PC game, so it doesn't really affect us. Dirt Rally 2.0.
Yeah.
Straight in the basket.
Also on PC.
Straight in the
PlayStation,
basket.
Xbox, PC.
Because I loves me a dirt game.
Okay. Yeah,
Love
not
it.
really my bag. I'm not really cars. Although I did get Need for Speed last year and Forza, which I enjoyed both. So I might play Dirt Rally.
Love a driving game.
That takes us to the 1st of March. A random game, Trials Rising Gold.
Which I've got listed here as the 26th of February.
Right, I've got 1st of March, and that's on the Switch as well. Xbox, PlayStation.
It's on
Switch.
everything there. And I've got one that says Left Alive.
Ooh, what's that?
Don't know. 28th. Only on the PS4 and the PC. So you're up to the 1st of March.
Yeah. Well, now I'm on the 5th. Yeah, so Left Alive
Ooh.
is 5th. Yeah, on the PlayStation.
You're telling me that you haven't got Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove?
I haven't. That's
Well,
not on there.
1st of March, people. Toe Jam and Earl.
Toe Jam and Earl. Does that cartoon still on?
Don't think so.
Anyway, right. So that takes 7th of March. Total War.
Total War.
Three Kingdoms.
on the PC.
One of the guys we went to Eurogamer with, he played that, and he played it for quite a lot. He sat there for like a good 2 hours because it was like just play until you're bored, and he really enjoyed it. But then he said he's played all the others and he really enjoyed that. So
Okay.
if that's
If
what
you're into it, you're into it, aren't you?
8th of March, so like the next day, Devil May Cry.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I am like, yes, this is the right time for a new Devil May Cry game.
Yeah.
And this is the time for me to buy a new Devil May Cry game. Devil May Cry 4 is one of those on a list. Oh man, just saying those words, I want to play it now. Devil May Cry 4 is a game on a list of games I've played the most.
Yeah.
I played the shit out of that game. I own it on multiple. I will own it on the previous platforms. I will own it on the current platforms. I'll own physical copies. I'll own digital copies. I'll have got them free. And I like I say, saying those words, I'm already like, I really want to play Devil May Cry 4. And everything I've seen of 5, it just
Looks cool.
looks
I
ridiculous.
think it's going to be fun. Another one as well that's out on both PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Yes, the motorbike that's a weapon. I'm
And the
like,
guy's arm as well. There's like
That.
that bionic arm guy that can do all
yeah. So that he's
Shiz.
lost his devil arm, hasn't
Yeah.
he? And it's been replaced with a metal arm. So I'm super excited about that. Another one I've got listed here for the 15th. I mean, this is what we're talking about. Go back to 2018. You'd go, oh, that game comes out next month. That game comes out next month.
Yeah.
That game comes out next month. This 2019, we're back to the sort of release of the old games. So we're jumping from March the 8th to March the 15th.
See, I've got March the 12th actually.
Have you
Because-
got One Piece?
Well, interestingly, the Division 2,
That's what I've
the
got.
Dark Zone Collector's Edition, and the Gold Edition comes out on the 12th, but the Standard Edition comes out on the 15th.
Right, so I've got it listed Division 2 as the 15th.
Yeah, so if
One
you've got
Piece.
if you've bought the special edition, you'll get it a few days before. Which
That's one of those that we saw that a little bit last year. Where
Yeah,
it was like,
who was
buy,
doing that?
buy it and get it early. Just Cause 4 did it.
so did I think Fallout did it as well.
I don't like that
I don't really see the point.
because it annoys me. There's like the preloading thing I find to be interesting. Although I don't buy digital games often, the preloading thing is kind of cool. Like when it hits like the day before, you can preload it into your machine.
Yeah,
So
that
once it hits
that's so you
midnight,
can play straight away.
You're just on.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea. I do kind of think that they should be able to do like a validation thing where you can go, here's my receipt that's got a barcode or a code on it that I can put in, and you can essentially download.
But then if I'd done that, I've cancelled so many pre-orders that I'd spend my life just taking barcodes off my thing.
Yeah, true.
they wouldn't want me as a customer.
Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Yeah, that's
I
Yeah, like I say,
overall, I generally enjoyed the first Division. I had
Yeah.
a few issues with its update that it did. So
the second one looked cool. Again, that was at Eurogamer,
Yeah, it
and
was cool.
it looked very cool. They had a big space, and it was really cool what they were doing. 15th of March also is Space Hulk. on the Switch.
So you had that on your list, and I didn't have it on my list. And
I'm quite excited about that. I'm almost tempted to buy a Nintendo Switch for Space Hulk. What a great game! It was cool if you're a Warhammer 40,000 fan and you're a geek, then it's great. I'm both of those. Yeah, I think it's going to be cool.
Space Hulk Switch, Nintendo Switch.
Has it even got
£25?
Yeah. What does it look like? I mean, is it just a rehash of the old one?
It must be at that price.
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a shot. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that.
That looks like a rehash.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Loads of fun.
Yeah. Space Hulk was good. It was good fun. So
pre-order mitre today.
Anyone that hasn't tried Space Hulk and you have a Switch, go get it, man, because you won't be disappointed. It's fun. Strategy, killing, aliens, and Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
So you were saying One Piece. Yeah, I've got that as 15th of March.
Yeah, One Piece.
There is One Piece World Seeker.
Yeah.
PlayStation X, and we don't know what that is.
It's One Piece is an anime.
Oh, okay, right. Right.
I think in the anime world it's pretty big, and I think people are excited for the game.
Okay, fair enough. That leads me to the 22nd of March. I've got Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice,
which is a samurai game.
Yeah, I guess
that looks kind of cool.
And that's on
been around for
Xbox and PlayStation.
Yep.
Days Gone, 24th of April, only on PlayStation. Days Gone, I think that'll be good.
So I've got Tropico 6, 29th of March.
Cool. That must be PC only, surely.
No, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Ooh, Tropico was good. Tropico 5 was good fun.
So you've jumped to where in April?
On 24th of April for Days Gone.
23rd of April, Mortal Kombat 11.
I've not... Oh, yeah, that is there, actually. That's weird. It's below. Okay, so... Well, it says 23rd of April / 10th of May.
And that's on everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything. But then you've got Days Gone as the 21st and I've got it as the 26th.
Right, okay.
So somewhere at the back
Somewhere between 23rd of April, 10th of May.
Obviously, like I'd said when we were looking at this list and I'd looked at this, there's loads of games coming out in the first few months, but then they sort of peter off because we won't know what's being released.
Yeah.
Because like essentially you've got two games, and you're done. It only takes you up to June.
Yeah.
So jumping into May.
14th of May.
Yeah.
Rage 2.
So you
get it from game, man. Then you get this cool boomerang thing that you can beat people.
You could be the only other person I've ever heard of that liked Rage.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Rage.
I really enjoyed Rage.
It was great. It was like Mad Max, basically. It was like... It's basically Rage is Borderlands without the Borderlands graphics.
Yeah.
And Rage 2 is going to be that. It looks great.
Rage 2 looks a lot.
The trailers are awesome.
Yeah.
Like the whole car thing. The map looks great. It's going to be fun. Rage 2 is going to be fun. I mean, cars, violence, FPS, psychos. That's a perfect combination. It's basically Doom in the desert. If anyone who doesn't like Rage, well, if you're an FPS person, I find that hard to believe. If you're into FPS, and I can't see how you'd like Borderlands and not like Rage, for example. It just doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
So, yeah, that's my personal opinion. But, like I say, pre-order. I mean, I know I'm bigging up game here, but that's really cool. You get a wing stick weapon. Who doesn't want a wing stick? I could sit at work, lob it, I could knock out a load of people, and it'll come back to me. I mean, what is not to love? Anyway, yeah, knock yourself out, or your colleagues. 21st of May, Team Sonic Racing.
Team Sonic Racing.
Oddly enough, on the Xbox, PlayStation, and the Nintendo.
Yeah, on the PC.
I'm surprised that it's on all of those. It just surprises me. It's kind of weird. It strikes me as a very Nintendo game. Same as Crash Team Racing on the 21st of
June.
It strikes me as a Nintendo game, and it's not on the Nintendo Switch.
I've got it listed as being on the Switch.
Alright, I've got Xbox and PlayStation. Okay. So that's a mystery as well. We don't know what it's going to be on. Maybe it'll be on none of those and it'll be on PC.
Have you got any more?
No, 21st of June is the last one, which is Crash Team Racing.
I only noticed that this must have been updated recently. Shenmue 3. PS4, PC, August 27th. But then, if you look at this...
You've got all sorts of gubbins on there. But are they dateless?
So these are all... all games that don't have a release date that are supposed to be coming out this year. Some of the stuff that stands out, this is in alphabetical order, so again...
I've seen that now, I'm going to have to Google it.
Something that Sam will appreciate is Catherine, full body. Code Vein.
Anime.
Final Fantasy 7. So finally getting a release. Definitely isn't getting a release. And Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 10. Final Fantasy 12.
So we're looking at that.
Well, so there's a load of Final Fantasy games coming out, but they're all old ones. Gears 5.
Yeah, see, I don't really like the look of Gears 5. I think I've had enough of Gears.
I think they do need to stop making those games.
Yeah, and now you can only play it. It's gone back to like 2-player rather than 4, which I'm just like, why would you bother with that?
Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch for all you guys.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's things like this. Rage 2's listed. But we've already got a release date further on the page. This is weird. Samurai Showdown, Psychonauts 2.
You know who's making it? EA.
Alright. So, Sea of Solitude and Skull and Bones sound like pirate games.
Yeah, it sounds right.
So what we're talking about here is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
But what's saying here is PS4, Xbox One and PC, but it's just listed as expected.
Yeah, it actually says on here the game will be releasing holiday 2019. In America, I assume holiday means end of the year.
Yeah.
So...
I've got The Surge 2. I tried The Surge, but it's another Dark Souls type game. Another Total War. Another Wolfenstein game.
Which one is that?
Youngblood.
Right, okay.
We've already had, haven't we?
I don't know.
World War Z.
Oh, yeah.
Yoshi's Crafted World. Coming out for the Switch.
Fair enough.
So there's a load of stuff there. All sound...
This year sounds quite promising so far.
Not only does it sound quite right, it already looks it, because there's a load of games that have got release dates. And as I said to you, we're not talking monthly releases. We're talking weekly.
That's true. I mean, like last year, we were
change.
I remember last year we were basically waiting for Red Dead, and that just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. And then we were waiting for Fallout, and that was a massive disappointment. Battlefield 5.
That's been panned as well.
Epic fail, people. Well, it's not so much it's been panned. I mean, it has been panned, but it seems it's been panned because the people that like Battlefield don't want to play COD have said that Battlefield's become COD, which, I mean, that's a shame. And there was a lot of controversy about it being a realistic World War II simulator, and yet you can be a woman in the front line, and people were like, you can't do that. Yeah. I'm not really sure what the issue is with that, but it's a computer game at the end of the day. You can get shot 16 times before you die, so it's not very realistic, is it? But hey ho.
We want our realism without realism.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm not going to go into that because that's politics. What else? We waited for... There was a lot came out at the end of the year last year, and most of it was garbage.
Unfortunately.
Whereas this year looks like there's, certainly up until where we've looked up until June, there is a possibility of this with games. I mean, we've got Devil May Cry, which will probably be good. Crackdown 3 is probably going to be okay. Yep. Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombat. I mean, you can't really, if you like Mortal Kombat, you can't really go wrong with it.
Which I don't.
Rage will be fun. Metro is going to be fun.
Yep.
If you like, got kids, Kingdom Hearts going to work for you.
I mean,
there are some cool looking. The Division.
Standout game for me is Anthem. I'm really excited. Something I want to point out that not only hasn't got a release date, hasn't got a mention in either of these lists, but we're being told it's definitely coming in the first quarter, is the other game I'm waiting for this year, My Friend Pedro.
You
can't wait for this game. It looks super fun, but it's really like, it's coming out in 2019. Okay, first quarter. Okay, never mentioned anywhere.
Yeah,
but there's gameplay footage of it.
And this year we'll be looking for news on Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, it's not coming out until next year, but that'll
just soak for.
I'm looking forward for some more build up on that because it's going to be a good game.
I
think.
I want to raise one thing before we sort of wrap up.
Yeah.
Because I had such a disappointing Christmas with games. I mean, me getting a game for Christmas, big thing. It's like a tradition. It's like Christmas. My version of Christmas is, I'm going to get this game and I'm going to play it and I'm going to put it on. I'm going to install it and play the game. And then both games I got were a disappointment. So much so that I rage quit both of them at various points. I'm like, I can't play this fucking game. I ended up putting a game on, and when I checked on the time I last played it on the save, like it was save new game, and the one below was the last time I played it. Last time I played it was in 2014. It came out the year before that, and the game in question is Infamous Second Son. I think I've recommended it to you
we spoke about
because you've only just started playing PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, if you want a game that is just for you personally, because you like go around collecting stuff, I collected all whatever.
Yeah.
I got all of
the Chiefs.
I got all of these. I did all of this. All of that. Infamous is like the perfect game for you because it is just go and collect this. Go and there's cameras recording people. Go and destroy all the cameras. Cool. Do graffiti on the walls. But you go to a certain place to do a certain type of graffiti. And this was a launch title game for the PS4. So they were like throwing every quirk and available tool. So when you do graffiti, you have to hold you don't have to hold it, but the way it tells you is to hold the controller on its side, shake it like you're shaking the spray can, and then you spray whilst moving the controller.
That's cool.
And it does the whole spray. So it'll put like a cardboard thing up and you have to spray this sort of thing. So that's all the way through the game. You have to spray.
That's right. Yeah,
you can play
cool.
good guy or a bad guy.
Nice.
It's superpowers. The whole thing about it is getting different superpowers. So you get like a superpower to start with and then you just collect other superpowers and those have different weapons and you collect different energy.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing the trailers for Infamous, the first one, and I remember thinking it looked really cool.
So Infamous as a franchise was the perfect level of advancement. The only thing that ever came close was the first few Assassin's Creed games. You go back and play the first Assassin's Creed and remember when you played it, you're like, oh, it's great.
Yeah.
But it'd be better if it was this and this.
Yeah.
By Assassin's
got a bit
Creed
monotonous
2,
by the end of it.
You were like, they've upgraded everything I wanted them to.
Yeah.
And it's so much better. Infamous was the same. The first Infamous was okay. It was okay, but this would be better and that could be better. Infamous 2 was literally, wow, everything I wanted you to improve, you've improved. That's great. Infamous Second Son is a great game. I've played it multiple times. It's just superpowers and going around and collecting things. You can be a good guy back at all that. The thing that struck me was going from playing a game that came out in 2018 that I was hating, putting on a game that came out 5 years ago, that I last played 4 years ago, putting it on, the thing that struck me instantly was, my God, this game is beautiful. Because it was the first time that they'd really thrown the motion capture
Well, it's
into
like
games.
Black Flag. I'm still playing Black Flag. Interestingly, Black Flag is one of the few Assassin's Creed that I just can't bring myself to complete, even though it's good. It looks really good. I mean, games look good now. Like you look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
It's a really beautiful looking game, but it's not all about the graphics. Like you need gameplay with it.
You do.
I think we've put a lot of stock in graphics. Graphics are often it's 4K, it's HD. The graphics are awesome. You can see miles away. Like the frame rate is X and Y and Z, which is great.
And the game
But
plays like a bag of shit.
Then the game's shit. Far Cry is a prime example. Like, it looked good, and it had some cool elements in it, and yet it was crap.
Unfortunately, I have to throw Red Dead in there. Red Dead looks amazing, plays terribly. I don't need to press 3 buttons to shoot a gun. I don't need to walk from here to that door and take forever to do it. If I want to get there quickly, I'm going to run, but not in Red Dead. I got to walk as slow as anything. Like the slowest thing is go from here to here. It's alright because I can get on my horse that can't go anywhere quickly. It doesn't run, and if it does run, it's only for a short amount of time because of all the things that mean that you can't. It's just so broken as a game mechanic. It's like, but it looked nice.
It does look nice. I agree.
So
I bought it. I actually waited up until midnight and got it. And I played it for 20 minutes, and then loads of other stuff came out, and I still haven't played it. And I've actually, now one of my mates is playing it. And he says it's really good, and he says it's really crap, and I really can't tell you. Sorry. That's James Plays, or he doesn't.
But
he just pre-orders stuff and does nothing with it.
I didn't like the first one. I'm the only man in the world that didn't like the first one, so... And I'm alright with that.
He is the only man.
I am the only man in the world that never liked the first one.
That's very true.
So there you go.
Come over there. Alright, well there you go then. So that is...
There you go. So that's a
Episode
review of
1A.
2018. Episode 1A. 2019. So, that to me, even that list there, because that one felt a little bit long, there's a couple of extra things, but even that list there, that's a shed load of podcast content.
There's loads of stuff in there, especially because I'll be playing most of them.
Physically won't be able to play those games because they come out in such quick succession.
Yeah, I think probably the only one I'm going to get out of this in January will be Resident Evil.
I'll be getting Ace Combat.
But only because in February I'll want Metro. And I'll probably play Crackdown Crackdown I'll play on Game Pass. Anthem I'm obviously likely to get. So that's like 3 games in February.
Oh god, am I going to have to get it on the fucking Xbox?
No, you don't have to.
Oh no, you could get it on the
I could get it on
PlayStation.
the
You can return the favour.
That's true. Yeah, I could get it on PlayStation. That is very true. So I might do that, unless it appears on Game Pass, in which case you're out.
Yeah, but then if it appears on Game Pass, then I'll
you'll
just
be
get
getting
it
on the Xbox.
So
I mean that takes us up. That's like takes us to February. March. I'm not sure there's anything I want. I'm half tempted by The Division. Obviously, Devil May Cry, but I can kind of wait. I'm sort of tempted by The Division. I don't know.
I'll probably get it.
Yeah. And May is probably going to be like, for me, I think at the moment I'm most anticipating Rage. So hopefully I won't be disappointed. But there'll be plenty of podcasts in between. So I guess we're going to do one next week.
Yeah, because
every Thursday.
Stuff starts coming out.
Yeah, we'll do them every Thursday, and I'll fuck around and get some reviews, and we'll keep looking.
Yeah.
Scour the net for crap that you guys might not have seen yet.
Well, there's like I say, there's that list there of things that don't have release dates. Presumably, as each week goes by, things will start getting more and more release dates.
They will.
And you never know. One day we might play My Friend Pedro, and I'll go, "It's fucking shit."
In fact, what you should do is, if your friend Pedro comes out, we should feel be playing it.
Yeah.
You should
Just like that.
you should unbox it here.
Oh, I've got to do an unboxing.
And play it here. That way, when it is shit, people can see the disappointment on your face. It won't be fake. It'll be real, and I can just go,
Wow.
his friend Pedro.
Wow. I hope that they do like a special edition that comes with like a banana. It's like a soft toy banana. Because that's who Pedro is. Pedro's the banana. Wow. Looks great.
It's the little things.
Looks great. Right. There we go. Thanks, people. Thanks,
peeps.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
I might just need to call Leo.
So there you go, what do you think's that? 2018 done, all the games are gone now. 2019 looking real nice to start with. Obviously, the way the games market is at the moment, don't know what those games are going to be like, but certainly looks interesting from where we stand now. YouTube watchers, jump on and subscribe, click notifications, do those things. Leave us a comment. What was your favourite game of 2018? What are you looking most forward to in 2019? Everybody get over to thecookiecast.com. We can look at the social media side of things on there, and you can send us some social media love. Drop us an email, tell us what you're looking forward to in 2019. Look forward to more James Plays, see how that goes in the future. And until then, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. Today on CookieCast, it's James Plays. JK came and talked about the games sort of the best games of 2018, some of the worst games of 2018, and then we both had a list each of the upcoming games in 2019. Talked about some of the stuff that we're really looking forward to. I talked about stuff that I expect to be disappointed by, probably because I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, we really got into the game world, stripped it down and built it back up. So yeah, this is what I think we're calling this James Plays 1A. But yeah, this is CookieCast James Plays.